Well, marvelous. Thank you for having me. Well, since I started my assignment in November, I think I can say I'm well settled, and we are on our way to implement my agenda. And really, one of my key objectives was to raise resources for the countries I represent. And I want to say that we have just been successful in terms of our IDA 18 replenishment, where we have raised over 75 billion for IDA poor countries, and of that about 45 billion is going to come to Africa. So this for me is a huge success during my first 3 months of the term.
Which countries do you actually represent? I know that Zimbabwe is one of them, but what do you see as the major challenges of the countries that you represent that you'd like to address during your tenure?
Well, my constituency is huge. I have 22 countries in my constituency, ranging from Botswana, Burundi, Lesotho, Swaziland, Namibia, and also Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. Up north, you go to Ethiopia, Somalia, Eritrea, and then on the other side, I've got the Gambia, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. So it's quite a huge and varied composition of countries. But one of the key issues we want to address, which is a huge challenge, is on the infrastructure. I think the issue of energy is very important for my constituents. Without energy, we cannot develop. So even the transformation we are talking about, without energy, we cannot move forward. So that's one area. Infrastructure development is going to be very key. The second area we feel is agriculture and agribusiness, because our countries have been exporting raw materials, commodities, and other mineral commodities, but now what we want is to move away and add value to these. So for agriculture, it's going to be important for us to have agribusiness value chains, and also in the mining sector. So those are two areas which are going to be very important. Besides that, also on the social sector, we need to look at education and also issues relating to health. I think those are some of the areas we want to focus on.
And narrowing down on Zimbabwe, you being a Zimbabwean yourself, what are your plans for this year for Zimbabwe?
Well, as you are aware, Zimbabwe has got a huge debt overhang, and also we have got arrears to the World Bank and to the African Development Bank. And one of our priorities is to normalize the relations between Zimbabwe and the IMF, World Bank, and the African Development Bank. As you might be aware, we have cleared the arrears at the IMF. Now we are working towards clearing the arrears with the World Bank and the African Development Bank. This is our priority programming this year.